Hello guys, welcome back to Knitting Catalog. I'm happy to be in your space today. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I want you to stay by. If you are just a new person on my channel, I welcome you. Subscribe as well. Let's have fun together in knitting. So today I'm going to share with you how to knit tux pattern with your punch card. So right now I'm going to explain how Tux pattern operates. Tux pattern is a kind of pattern that when you insert your punch card, what is inside your punch card is going to be coming out of your knitting in plain color. In plain color, so it's going to be coming out in plain. The same color is just going to be a texturized pattern. The pattern is going to be texturized, like you are going to be seeing some forms on it. So I need to explain to you again that not all cards that need tux pattern. So you cannot just grab any punch card and insert in your machine and you felt that maybe it's going to give you tux pattern effect. So right now I have in my hand some cards that can be used for tux pattern. You can see card 4, card 6, card 12, just among the few, card 1, 3, and then card 2. Sorry, I could have arranged it better than this. Card 7, card 8, and card 11. And I'm using card 10. It's inside my knitting machine already. So all these cards can give you that tux effect. So that's one thing about it. Then the way the card moves in related with the selection of the needle. So what happened is when you are knitting on tux pattern, your machine carriage will go across and leave a loop on your needle, and it's going to come the second time and leave a loop. So the third time is going to knit all those loops together, in which it's making your rows to be shorter than normal knitting. And the side, the width of your knitting, for instance, you cast on 10 by 10 needle, is going to make it to be like stretchy. So it's going to be a wider, stretchy width than the normal knitting that we always know. So that's what talks do to your knitting. It make it to be wider, like wider and stretchy. Then the rows is not up to normal rows when you knit normal plain knitting. So right now I've already insert my card on the deco area, that is the place made for punch card to be insert. I've already inserted, and you have to make sure your carriage is at the left side if you want to knit tux pattern or any punch card at all. Your carriage have to be on your left side so that you can come with a row to inform the machine that you are doing punch card design. So right now let's go ahead into today's business proper. So this is my punch card fixed already on my machine. I'm not going to clip it together because I'm not doing continuous knitting. So if you are doing continuous knitting, you are doing more than 60 row that is written here, or like more than 60 or 50 something row, you have to clip this with a clip so that the machine can rotate on and on. No, so that the card can rotate on and on. Sorry about that. Then this is the place that is so important right now. I'm going to put this knob on hold on, just here. I'm going to put it on hold on. After putting it on hold on, then I'm going to go back to my carriage. So after getting to my carriage, I'm going to turn this knob to 2. I don't know what is written on, but it's written in Japanese, but I know that in normal English version is KC. So I'm going to turn this knob to this. for this to give my machine information that I'm knitting punch card. So this is the time belt is going to be moving along with the card. So after then, I have to move one row of my knitting. You can see my needle is selected to the pattern that I have on my punch card. So after then, I have to go to this place, my card area, and remove this setting from hold on and fix it back at the middle. The middle signifying doing the size that you have in your punch card. So if I go to the back, that is I want to enlarge it, giving me 2 times size of this that I have on my punch card. So I'm putting it on this middle one to do exactly the size I have on my punch card. Thing to do is to go to the buttons on my carriage and press this together. I'm going to press these two together. That is the buttons, the 2 buttons at the left side. I'm going to press it together. Then if you want to set your row counter, then you can now set your row counter and continue knitting, in which I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to continue knitting. Then let's see how the loops, how the yarn round up on our needle to form loops. So you can see the way it runs on the needle. So this is how it will be moving. And another row right now, you see it, that is twice. Then it's going to need the third time, that is the third row, is going to need those 2 loop on the needle. You see it. So he interchanged the needle and knit that first one with the 2 loops on, and interchange to another needle to start to form loop on it. So that's how tux pattern works. I'm going to continue knitting so that we can see how the effect is. Guys, don't forget I'm using card 10, punch card 10. Make sure you are seeing your last needle. Make sure you come out of your needle you selected for your work. Make sure you come out and see the last needle. So you can just be knitting and be going on and on. You don't need any setting again than to be knitting until when you get to your required measurements. You know, I did not clip my card for continuous knitting, so I will soon stop so that we can see the effect that the tux pattern have on our knitting. So what you need to do when you want to stop knitting tux pattern, if you are okay with the length requirements that you have, so what you need to do is to, sorry, I'm going to move my camera, is to go back to the setting of the punch card. You put it on hold on back, then you make sure you press this to release these 2 buttons, and you turn to plain knitting, stockinette pattern. So that's it. Then you have removed your setting, your machine setting from tux pattern to plain knitting. So I'm going to knit few rows so that we can see what we have in our knitting pattern that we just. So this is what we have. The weight, that's one thing I always say about the weight. E always stretch your work down. I did not have the smaller one here. So you can see the way the side seam is like having waves, because it's a stretchy fabric at the side edge. So you can see how it is. And this is the tux effect that we have on the fabric that we just knitted. You can see how it looks like. So the shape, the rectangle shape that it is on the card is appearing here, not with two color but with a texture like effect to show that we have that type of. Let me remove the card so that we can see properly. So this is the card that I use. You can see this V like triangle like shape is this, and this plain hole that we have enough hole is the plain background of it. And another thing with tux pattern is you use your wrong side as your public side. That is, you use the back of the knitting as your front side in tux pattern, because this is the main knit side. You see, we did not have any design on it, just normal knit. But at the back, that's where we have design that is called tux pattern. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I believe that it has helped you a lot to now know how to use your punch card to knit tux pattern. I'm happy that we do this together. So please, I want you to stay by, like, subscribe, tell your friends, give me thumbs up, make comments, like my video. I really appreciate. Thank you. Bye.